Hey guys, Glenn here, and out here playing around in the backyard, and it rained really hard yesterday. In some areas around here we got snow, but we got the rain. We always get ripped off on the snow. But wanted to show you real quick tulip poplar bark, because down here in Maryland we've got more than enough tulip poplar trees. They're everywhere. Actually hate them other than this because they get too tall. There's a couple here. Look at this one. And their root network's real small, so they're kind of a threat to the house. But anyways, it's an excellent tinder, one of my favorites, and I wanted to show you how I managed to get it around here. This is a limb that came down. And when this is dry, sometimes it's a little tough to get the bark off, but as you can see, it's soaking wet. Okay, so it releases real easy, and you just pull that stuff off of there. And tulip poplar, when you get this bark off of here, you know you got it, because the wood's really light colored. It's almost white. You see how easy that comes off when it's wet, which is great. Actually, it's a little bit easier sometimes to process it when it is wet. There's another limb, and you just try to get it loose with your fingers. Get underneath there and then just, pull it off. But when it's real dry, it comes off a little harder, and it doesn't process really well, because if it's too dry, it just turns into dust. So anyways, kind of get the idea there of how to get it off. There's the inner strands, That's what you're after, is that inner bark. So you just peel it all off. And then I'm going to take a piece here. Okay, so this is wet, which does tend to make it a little easier to work with. You kind of want to, you can roll it and get that outer bark off. And again, it's a little easier to deal with when it's wet. The outer bark's going to fall off anyway, so if you don't get it off of there, no big deal. And just twist it up and start pulling it apart like this. But it does pull apart a little bit easier when it's wet, so if you got some that's really dry that you've managed to get, just get it wet. And then start working it. Now this was from some of this same bark, and it's just been sitting here for a little while, kind of air drying, so you can get another handful of it. Just keep tearing it apart, shredding it. I kind of like to do this over top of a surface, whether it's a garbage bag or something on the ground or whatever, because when it is a little drier, as you process it, these real fine little strands fall off of it, and then you can collect them up, and that makes a real good tinder for getting a spark onto and taking off. So there you go, that's tulip poplar bark. Gonna process all this up and have a good stash for some fire building. So if you got tulip poplars around you, get yourself some bark and make some tinder, because this is about the best here.